This week,
Nebraska's Miss Amazing event,
the state volleyball tournament,
the theater department's latest production,
French week,
and a review of Brownie Bar.
All here on the MWHS Wildcat News. Welcome back, Wildcats. I'm Miguel Paredes-Reyes.
And I'm Caden Roth.
On November 6th and 7th, the Miss Amazing Amplify event was held at Ralston High School. The event showcases girls of all ages with a variety of disabilities and allows them to have their chance in the spotlight. Editor-in-Chief Morgan Weir and News Director Caitlin Reynolds bring you the rest of the story.
Miss Amazing Nebraska, an organization which teaches self-advocacy and leadership skills to girls with disabilities, hosted the youth division of their annual Amplify event on Saturday, November 6th at Ralston High School. The event was a chance for people of all ages and abilities to dress up, meet new people, and build confidence on stage.
Nebraska Miss Amazing is an event that is for girls and women with disabilities. We spend part of the day doing activities that are for building friendship, getting to know different girls of all abilities across the state, and learning kind of different tips and tricks and practicing about lots of different female empowerment things. The end half is showing off our skills on stage and getting a chance for the girls kind of to strut their stuff.
To make the day successful, a group of volunteers buddied up with participants to help them get ready and shine on stage. Participants made crafts and rehearsed their introductions with their buddies, which helped them form new friendships.
We made these pins, and then we also made one keychain.
Oh, I have it in my pocket, Ellie.
You want to show
the camera our keychain that we made?
After getting their hair and makeup done, they hit the stage to show off their passions. Performances, including singing, poetry, drinking hot chocolate, painting, and personal slideshows, gave participants an opportunity to showcase what is important to them.
I'm talking about Youth Activation Committee for my talent, so I'm excited for that.
The event not only helps participants with confidence, social skills, and speaking ability, but also leaves them with lifelong memories. Most importantly, it helps to emphasize the importance of inclusion.
Miss Amazing's purpose is to empower girls and women with disabilities. Show them that we believe that they can do anything we know they can.
At the end of the night, each participant receives a title. Princesses take home tiaras, and a queen from each age division takes home a crown. All of those involved take home an appreciation for inclusion. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Caitlin Reynolds and Morgan Weir.
Last week, the girls' volleyball team competed in the state tournament for a chance to win the state title for the first time in team history. After wins against Papillion and Westside, the team found themselves in the state final against the undefeated Papillion-La Vista South Titans. After a hard-fought match, the Wildcats were unable to secure their victory as the Titans capped off their perfect season. Co-editor-in-chief Evan Baslow and staff reporter Austin Mallory bring more details on the tournament.
After sweeping through the district tournament, the Millard West volleyball team advanced to the state tournament seeded number 2, behind only the nationally ranked Papio South Titans. The Cats' first matchup pitted them against the Papillion Monarchs. West swept the Monarchs easily, 25-23, 25-17, and 25-11. This set up a semifinal matchup against the Westside Warriors. The Cats stayed hot, taking the first set in commanding fashion. They struggled more in the second, dropping their first set in over 2 weeks.
Through those struggles, we really turned it around, and we didn't just let them walk all over us. We came out even stronger in the third.
They bounced back in the third, winning 25-20. With a chance to clinch in the fourth, the Cats couldn't come through, and the Warriors forced a fifth. A back-and-forth fifth had fans on the edge of their seats.
We just wanted to start off strong, and control the energy, because energy gets us going, transferring the energy from the student section and the bench, and just bringing it out onto the court.
The Cats pulled away at the end of the set, winning 15-12 and clinching their ticket to the state final, where they would face the undefeated Titans. The Wildcats were hot from the quarter and semifinals, but ran into a buzzsaw in the championship. The Titans won the first 5 points of the first set and didn't look back, winning 25-15.
I just think our biggest challenge was just like coming out on a strong note and and also ending on a strong note. Like we knew they were gonna like push us to our limits, and I just think our hardest thing was kind of just like playing as a team.
The next 2 sets saw more of the same, with South winning the second, 25-14, and clinching the state championship with another 25-14 win in the third.
They just have really good hitters. I mean, I feel like that's what killed us in the end, and really good defense.
Although second place stung, the Wildcats are still proud of all they accomplished this season.
We bonded so well, even though we had so many transfers. We bonded so well, and I really have to thank my coaches for that. Since they did like bring us together off the court, we went to Topgolf, we went downtown and did a scavenger hunt and all this stuff to really help bond us.
This has been Austin Mallory and Evan Vaslow for the MWHS Wildcat News.
In other sports news, many athletes signed their letter of intent this past Wednesday. We'd like to congratulate all of them and wish them success in all their athletic futures.
Last weekend, the Millard West Theater Department put on their fall musical, Disney's Descendants. After a year of COVID-19 restrictions, the department's focus was putting on a fun and whimsical production that would reintroduce the joys of theater for audiences. Online editor Annabelle Harshbarger and I caught up with the cast and crew to hear more about the show.
The Millard West Theater Department put on their fall musical Disney Descendants last weekend. This was the department's first show following a year of COVID restrictions. The cast returned to the stage determined to put on a fun and engaging show for the audience.
I think they did amazing work on this show. This show's kind of silly and kind of childish, and we needed to just embrace the weirdness and the goofiness of it, and I think they did that really, really well. And they also had the idea of it's Disney, so it needs to be big and over the top and obnoxious. And they did that really well with their voices.
Apart from the performances over the weekend, the cast also performed a matinee for elementary schoolers during the school day. The whimsical nature of the show made it perfect for the younger audience.
So my favorite part of the show was probably doing like the daytime matinee with the elementary school students. It was like it's a kids musical, so we wanted to bring in the kids.
The show's unique music set and costuming set the tone for the audience. It allowed the audience to become fully enveloped into the Descendants realm.
One thing that I thought was really unique was kind of the costumes. It sounds kind of silly, but it was really interesting because for the coronation, everybody got to wear different like ball gowns and dresses, and that's not something typically that happens on a day-to-day basis.
The process of crafting a show like this introduced new faces and connected returning members to the theater department.
This year, or last year, a lot of people left because there was a lot of seniors, and we brought in a lot of younger people. Like there was the 2 main leads were freshmen, and one of the other main leads was a sophomore. So there's a lot of people who are showing promise, and then they're gonna keep coming back, hopefully, fingers crossed, for like the rest of their years.
After a successful weekend, the drama department bonded over the hard work and dedication poured into the musical. The cast showcased their talent, and the crew worked hard to ensure that the show ran smoothly. This has been Caden Roth
And Annabelle Harshbarger
reporting for the MWHS Wildcat News.
The French Club celebrated National French Week with multiple projects that represented an aspect of French culture and displaying them around the building for the student population to learn more about our French companions. News Director Caitlin Reynolds and staff reporter Quinn Burton give you the pièce de résistance of French Week.
From November 1st through the 5th, French culture was embraced at Millard West for National French Week. In the weeks leading up to the celebration, both French Club and French classes worked diligently on informative and decorative displays.
We took about 6 weeks kind of total, I'd say, for French Club students and everyone to pick their projects, decide what they wanted to do for them, and we worked on them just every Monday in club. I think it's nice to bring something new to the table that we don't have and just introduce new information and new things associated with Spanish language. There's some cultural knowledge, but not a lot with French or German, and so it's nice to be able to bring something new and fun and interesting that not many people know. So we did flowers, we did lilies because of fleur-de-lis, And then we did the gravestones in the cemetery. We had a science display with French inventions. We've Spotify playlists all over the school. We've got the Hall of Mirrors out here. We have a map with Francophone countries attached and some vocab. We've got a Tour de France, like a bike in the music hallway, and the Lock Bridge.
Students spent time working on various arts and crafts to commemorate staple aspects of French culture. Classes created tombstones commemorating French individuals, which were tailored to their knowledge of the language.
La Toussaint is why we use the tombstones. It's where people gather and they bring chrysanthemums to the graves as well, and they just visit the people that died.
Alongside the different displays, initiatives were used to engage students who were previously uninvolved in French. Each day, students were given the opportunity to answer a French-related trivia question, with the first correct contestant taking home a gift card to a local French bakery.
I did answer the day before. I think it was what shape is France, like, after, but I didn't win that day. I was actually going to try La Petite this weekend because I got the gift certificate.
The week served as an opportunity for those involved with French to teach their peers about the unique culture that goes along with the language. This has been Caitlin Reynolds and Quinn Burton for the MWHS Wildcat News.
Today is the last day to buy pulseras from Key Club and Spanish Honor Society. You can get them at lunch or after school in the Commons for $5, and all proceeds go to scholarships for children to attend schools in Nicaragua. Each bracelet is personalized and includes a photo and a signature of the person who made the bracelet.
While most pastry shops typically focus on cakes, cookies, and cupcakes, Brownie Bar Omaha specializes in, you guessed it, brownies. The local shop opened its doors 2 years ago today in the hopes to share their love for brownies with the rest of the city. Arts and entertainment editor Brenna Batchelder and online editor Annabelle Harshbarger sample and review some of those treats.
Cookie and cupcake shops are typical throughout Omaha, but 13th and Leavenworth introduces a new eatery focused around brownies. Starting in the Omaha Farmers Market, Brownie Bar gathered public interest in the unique nature of their treats. With a customizable menu, the restaurant offers a brownie for everyone.
We have 3 different base brownies, and people have an option to build their own brownie. And we did some test marketing on those base brownies to come up with the 3 different brownies that we have, and then the same with the toppings. And we also mix up the toppings by adding 1 monthly topping each month. It could be either a frosting or a liquid topping.
Co-owners Jim Friedman and Michael Miller have realized the unique concept encourages customers from all over Omaha and more to make a visit.
I think just watching people come in and keep coming back and ordering new stuff or deciding they want to ship it. I think really sometimes it's fun to watch kids because they know what their parents don't know, and they're like, hey, I saw it online, I want to do this and I want to have this. So that's kind of cool.
Along with connecting the community, local businesses also become a part of the Brownie Bar experience. The left and right sides of the store feature products from other businesses and local artists.
We try to help as many as we can out. We have stuff over here that's kind of another small business owner, but we also do locally owned stuff. We do the Artists on the Wall, which are local artists. So we try to kind of help those guys out. We also have Ted and Wally's Ice Cream, which is local. So we really try to use other small business owners.
With many customers eager to support the local businesses, they receive delicious treats and more during their visits to the bar.
It's been a wonderful experience because the food is, the brownies are delicious. I had never been here before, and so this is my first time. But anyway, so right away, the first thing I saw was the brownie sundae. It's probably the most rich and has the most calories, but it was delicious.
Brenna Batchelder and I were able to try multiple menu items, including all 3 types of base brownies and some of the featured toppings. The rich and moist brownies were a great base for the unique toppings, my personal favorite being the dark chocolate brownie and the dulce de leche topping.
This has been Brenna Batchelder and Annabelle Harshbarger reporting for the MWHS Wildcat News.
Here at The Catalyst, we pride ourselves in covering all the stories Millard West has to offer, but occasionally we do miss a few here and there. If you know something going on in a club or class or have a story you think should be either covered on the MWHS Wildcat News or on our online and print newspaper, you can submit your own stories to us in the Google form posted in the daily announcements.
To check out the rest of our content, follow our social media and our online website.
For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Miguel Paredes Reyes
and Caden Roth. Have a good weekend, Wildcats.